I want to know your first thoughts and feelings about UFC 300.
Could be better. Arman, his youth is going to win. I just think Oliveira, I think he's past his prime.
I don't think Charles cares to be a champion anymore. And I think he's going to call out Conor McGregor, bro.
This is the first time Holloway ever gets knocked down.
There's something different that feels about Max Holloway right now. This seems like a Max Holloway who's gotten slightly dark. I hate how a lot of people are dismissing Jamal Hill. I was like, who the fuck is Jamal Hill? I just can't see Jamal Hill losing this fight.
I think Alex is, I think he's a dumb fighter. When he starts unloading, he just gets like, oh, I'm about to knock you out.
That's where...
And then he leaves himself up.
I guess we... Welcome to the False Line Podcast here with episode 204. So you guys can see... as you guys can see... Zach, you're back. Zach is back. Talk to me, bro. First of all, you left. You left me all red about like a year ago. Literally about a year ago, bro.
For real?
Yeah, because I remember Javante and
Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, it was kind of like during that time. Then you left. You kind of came back like a few weeks later. And then we kind of just agreed like, all right, bro, do your thing. It's about a year ago. Almost.
I don't remember. But
Next month, I think it's a year. I still remember, bro. I've been pretty hurt about it.
Oh.
I started going to therapy and shit. No, I'm playing. Nah, but dude, you had a lot of stuff going on. You have a kid now.
Well, I had kids, but I have a new kid.
Oh, you have a new kid, and you're engaged or are you married?
Engaged.
You're engaged. You got life shit going on, you know. And I honestly thought I was a bad friend. I could have been better, but you know.
Oh, I'm sorry you felt that way, dude.
Well, I feel like I wasn't understanding. I was like, hey, why aren't you showing up? Like, what the fuck? Versus thinking like, damn, he probably going through some shit. Like I selfishly was thinking.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I was thinking like in a selfish way, like, damn, what the fuck?
No, I did have a lot of shit going on. I was like, it was. I had a lot of commitments that I had to attend to at that time.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, UFC 300 episode 204. I'm not going to make any more podcast episodes besides this one on the main channel. Just want to let you guys know. A lot of the clips for the early prelims, I talked about most of those fights on the YouTube clips channel, the False Line Podcast clips. You can see all those. And those are like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, things like that. But this one, you know, with Zach, we'll talk about 300, a few fights on prelims and early prelims. And that's really what this episode is going to be about. So hopefully we can give you a fun show and at the same time giving our thoughts and feelings about UFC 300. So, I want to know your first thoughts and feelings. I always say thoughts and feelings about UFC 300. Like, just off the rip, like, what is it? I
mean, when it was first announced?
Just right now, like, when you think about UFC 300, what do you think?
Could be better. Could be better. I was really expecting a better main event. I think the prelims and the main event is fantastic. Like, every fight is fantastic. Obviously, I don't really like to watch female fights, if it's not including, like, what's her name? What's her name?
Amanda Nunes?
Amanda Nunes. She retired. Yeah. Rose Namajunas. Like, Cyborg.
You want to know, just quickly, you know how we had college playoffs with that one chick, what's her name? From Iowa.
Caitlin Clark.
So I was telling my girl that, and this might be kind of sexist, I don't know. I was like, babe, like, I don't like watching females, like, play any sport. Like, it's boring to me.
Yeah.
But I was like, she was like, why are you watching, like, girl highlights? Like, kind of giving me an attitude about it. And I was like, she's just a beast. Like,
I literally have never watched a women's basketball game in my entire life until the national championship.
Yeah. And, like, for me, I was like, bro, like, she's literally the woman's Steph Curry. Like, for me.
She's so good.
Like, I was just... And I'm not trying to, like, praise her, but I'm trying to get to, like, I don't really want to talk about the girl fights on the cards, like, today. Like, because, no offense, but I'm just like, I'm not really interested. I'm not invested. Like,
they're not as,
you know?
They're not as violent. It's not as fun.
Yeah, and there is some that are violent, but...
like Amanda Nunes. She's a violent fight. She fights like a man. That's why I always liked watching her.
And then there's like, occasionally some fights that just magically, you know, become fucking blood baths. But, yeah, I guess I just want to bring that up about, you know, since we had March Madness, and I know that they lost Iowa, but yeah, bro, like, I was it was, I don't know, man. But I thought that was pretty cool, and I think it was funny how my girl's giving me shit, but I was telling her, I was like, babe, like, I don't like women's sports. Like, I've never watched like no full game of nothing. Even like Women's World Cup, bro. I can't watch it. Like it's just it's not the same. But I think it's only because I've watched men's sports for my whole life, so it's just like a whole different speed.
Yeah, it's just they're not as aggressive. They're not. It's just not fun to watch, in my opinion. Now,
so
Caitlin Clark, I'll follow her, but yeah.
You said the 300 could be better.
Yeah, I think the main event could have been a better main event.
Like
everything building up to the main event.
Like Pereira and Hill main
yeah.
event. Who do you think was missing at UFC 300?
McGregor.
Who else?
Poirier.
Okay.
McGregor, Poirier, Israel.
I was going to say, like, for me, 300 was missing, like, a face of, people who represent the UFC, like Sean O'Malley, Izzy, Conor.
Yeah, but Sean O'Malley just fought.
Yeah. But, like,
I guess Poirier did, too.
But, I feel like we needed a face. Like, we needed a face, someone you can run promos with, someone that, like, when they see a UFC 300 poster, like, because if you see a 300 poster and you see Pereira and Hill, you might not know who they are.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
A lot of people don't know Hill, and I feel like you probably have never seen Hill fight.
I think I watched him one time in the fight against Glover. I think it's the only time I've ever seen him fight.
And that's where I'm like a little like annoyed that it could have been better. I was expecting Conor, bro, to be on this card.
Yeah.
I'll get to it in a second, but I was thinking like Islam could have been on there, possibly Khabib. John Jones was supposed he was supposed to fight, but he could have also like been on there.
Leon
Edwards. Yeah, like there's a few names like I don't know why they wanted.
Leon wanted to be on there.
Yeah.
Everybody else turned down the fight. He said yes.
He accepted. Who did he accept? I know
he accepted Islam.
I don't know who else.
I think Oliveira. No.
It's funny because
it was 3 different fighters.
Yeah, but I know Bilal Muhammad was not one of them.
Hamzat.
Oh right,
Hamzat, Islam, and one other.
Yeah,
one other dog.
Killers. Yeah.
Dogs.
But yeah, and I think a lot of people were upset with that. I was very defensive about UFC 300. I was like, you guys are tripping. Like people were hating on it. And now that the fight's coming up, and I did a little bit of homework, I was just like, besides the Charles fight, I'm not like emotionally. Oh, Volkanovski's another face that we forgot to mention.
Yeah,
but I know he just lost.
Yeah, he just lost.
But
he needs to take a break.
Yeah. Fuck. What was I gonna say? Damn, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, the only fight that I'm emotionally invested in, like that's gonna fuck me up, would be the Charles fight. That's the only one that I really care about. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, like that I really really care about. Like Alex Pereira, I like him. He's cool, but I don't really give a shit. Like I do care, but I like.
I'm emotionally invested in like 2. I think.
Okay.
Gaethje and Oliveira.
Yeah, so
those are the 2 I'm emotionally invested.
Yeah, that's probably how I am. Like right now, like my most interest. But that's the thing. Like, there's not. I'm gonna be able to enjoy UFC 300 a lot more versus like when Brandon Moreno fights or Charles fights or Volkanovski's like titles on the line. Like when I watch those fights, bro, like I legit get anxiety. Like I'm tweaking a little bit.
Yeah, that's how I'm with Conor and fighters like that. Like
Conor too. Yeah.
If I see them losing or something, like my heart starts beating fast.
Yeah, and I low key get sad for a little bit.
I can't remember who was the last fight we watched that. It made me
probably when Izzy lost the belt against Pereira.
We
were like, we were all like, what the fuck just happened?
But no, we watched one here when they announced UFC 300.
And what? And you were like emotionally invested, or you weren't?
No, I was in one of the fights that happened.
Wasn't it Sean when Sean fought? Did we watch that here? Yeah, you did. You were here for that, right? When Sean O'Malley beat Cheeto. No, you weren't. You weren't here for that.
It was like
no, you were here for the Volkanovski fight.
That was
that one,
and I'm emotionally invested.
Dude, we were all like kind of down
against Topuria.
Yeah.
I was like,
dude,
like I wanted to cry. Like it gave me anxiety because I love Volk. He's like, he's awesome.
So those emotions, I don't think I will feel them that much.
Not
because usually, at least on big cards, like I get a lot of emotions, and maybe I don't get them either because I do a lot of this now that like there's just so much going on in my mind. I don't know, right? But I feel like that's what was missing on the card. A little bit more aura, maybe a little bit more emotionally invested. Because like I said, the main event, Alex Pereira and Jamal, like they're not the biggest draw as far as like fan base. Like you got the Sugar fans, Conor fans.
Because they're new. They're both new.
Yeah, so I think that's where, like you said, it could have been better. I was expecting like Conor and Chandler, bro, or like Islam and Justin Gaethje. I mean, I would have took that. But Leon,
Justin Gaethje, I feel that fight is
that. Yeah, we're gonna get there, but yeah,
great fucking fight.
But Yeah, I guess that's really thoughts and feelings about that. About 300. I guess we can talk about now about early prelims and prelims.
I don't really know much about the early prelims. You'll have to walk me through that. But I know the prelims. I don't really know the early prelims. I haven't really.
Let me get there real quick.
Done too much, but I know the whole card is like stacked.
We're gonna go through just like I guess a quick run here, and we'll stop when we want to talk about certain fighters. So the first fight, early prelims, is Deiveson Figueiredo versus Cody. I don't know how to say his last name. You do.
Garbrandt.
Oh,
he's on the early.
He's the
prelims?
first fight. 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock.
Wow, he's really like falling.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he's falling off.
He used to be the main card. Main event.
Yeah. So Davidson, he was having all those fights with Brandon Moreno, if you remember.
Okay.
So that was at 135. This is his second fight at 145, and I think he's gonna just run through Cody.
I think Garbrandt's done.
Yeah, and no offense to him.
He was great when he was good, but now it's time.
I wish he would have peaked for longer. Like he had like a small
like I think he had like a
year or
less
two.
than a 5-fight peak. Less than 5 fights he was peak.
So after that, we got Bobby Green versus Jim Miller. Do you really know any of them?
I know Bobby Green.
So Jim Miller has been at UFC 100, 200, and now 300.
So he's old.
He's old, and he's been at the UFC since 2008, bro.
What is he, like 40?
I don't know, but it won't tell me, but or I don't want to look.
Yeah.
But so he's fighting against Bobby Green. Bobby Green's been in the UFC since 2009. So when I saw and heard about this fight, I was like, damn, like for me, this fight literally means what the UFC has been able to achieve.
I want to see who Jim Miller. I might
like what he's been able to achieve.
Oh yeah, I know. Okay, I know Jim Miller.
I mean, what the UFC has been able to achieve, 300 pay-per-views, and the fact that these guys have been at UFC since like 100 or before. Yeah, so to me, it's like it just goes to show you how long the UFC has come. After that, Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. Don't really know him. I mean, I know I've seen Jessica fight so many times, which is crazy. So I expect her to beat Marina just because I've never really heard of her. We have Jalin Turner versus Renato Moicano. I don't know if you recognize him. Jalin Turner is the one that was piecing up. Remember, I think you were here for that too when he pieced up Bobby Green. Bobby Green was just getting demolished by some other dude.
Maybe.
You remember?
Maybe.
Either way, that's Jalin Turner. I expect him to beat Renato Moicano. Moicano has crazy post-fight speeches. If you go watch him on YouTube, you get a good laugh. Then we have Sodiq Yusuff versus Diego Lopes. You know Diego Lopes?
Okay.
Yeah, so Diego Lopes, upcoming star, Brazilian, making noise. He's getting a big fan base right now because he's been winning. He fought in August, then he turned back around right off November, so like 2 months, 2 fights.
Yeah.
And he fought 3 times last year, so he's kind of popping off in popularity, and I think he has that haircut and that goofy tattoo.
That weird, yeah, he looks goofy.
Yeah, so but I got Diego winning by decision. We got Holm versus Kayla Harrison.
That's where I started.
So I mean, I know the names, but I don't I said, I don't really care. But you can go ahead.
I don't really care much about them. I just this is Kayla Harrison's debut or UFC debut in UFC 300. She's young. She's hungry. Holm is over 40 years old.
I think she came. I don't know if she came back for this fight or she fought recently. My bad. Yeah. No disrespect, Holm.
No, yeah, she's a legend.
Yeah,
but she's like 42, 43 maybe. This is Kayla Harrison's first fight in the UFC. I think she's trying to prove herself.
Yeah,
I think Holmes gets beat badly and then retires.
We'll see. I don't really know. No disrespect to them, but
I don't really know. I do like Holly Holm because she's the one who knocked out Ronda Rousey. That's how I know her. That's how she's known. But she is a legend. I think she needs to retire after this fight, after she gets knocked out.
And guys, FYI, we're just running through these names real quick because we're only going to focus on the main card. Again, if you want to see a breakdown of these guys, okay. If you want to see a breakdown of these fights, I do talk more about them on the False 9 Clips channel. So I don't want you guys to think we're fucking casuals. But the Diego Lopes was the first one on the prelims. So we have Kattar against Aljamain Sterling. This is Aljamain Sterling's first fight at 145.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So I think I don't know much about the Calvin dude.
Yeah.
I've honestly never seen him fight.
Yeah, same here.
I just think that Aljamain, I think a lot of his shine got taken away by Sean O'Malley.
It did, bro.
So, but I think it's important not to forget that he's one of the GOATs of that division.
Yep.
And the O'Malley fight, I mean, he lost, but I don't think it had to have been stopped.
Yeah.
Like the fight probably could have kept going.
Yeah, and I'm very vocal about that too. Like I thought it was an early stoppage.
It was an early stoppage
because he wasn't put out. They kind of did Aljamain wrong for the quick turnaround as well.
Absolutely.
Everybody knows his weight cut is brutal because he's fucking huge for the division.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know, but he replied to me one time on Twitter like a few months ago.
I think I saw that.
It was pretty neat that he did that. So I got a lot of respect for Aljamain. And up to the Sean fight, he was very open, like how they were kind of fucking him over, like on the quick turnaround, and how they wanted Sean to win or become champion, and they wanted Sean to basically be the face of that division.
Yeah, they want to be the face of the UFC.
And then, I mean, they kind of did just throw him under the bus and did him wrong, and now it seems like they don't even try to promote him.
No, and he's on the prelims.
Yeah, but it's 300 too, so it's understandable.
Yeah, but I mean, like I was saying, I think it's important to remember that.
Yeah,
Sean O'Malley can't take away from what Aljamain Sterling has done. I don't even know who this Calvin dude is, but I think Aljamain deserves a title rematch, and I think that he knows he deserves one, so he's going to set out to prove that he deserves one. So he's going to beat the shit out of this guy.
So do you think? Let me ask you this: if they were to do it again, Sean O'Malley and Aljamain, do you think it's different?
I think Sean still wins.
Okay,
just not
like how he did.
Not the fight should have kept going.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Sean still wins because he's young, he's hungry, and he's like he's a literal sniper.
Yeah.
He finds the spots.
I think the fight could have been different. I think
it could have been different. I just think it would have ended the same.
I first thought Aljamain was going to win. If they run it back, I still would put my money on Aljamain. Like I think he's that good.
After Sugar's last fight,
same.
I don't see anybody beating him.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that one. But I know Aljamain is moving up 145 and the O'Malley fight's at 135. But if they were to do it again, which I hope they do, I don't care if it's for a title shot or not, but they need to do it again, I think it just goes a different direction. But that's just me. But I do think he runs through this guy as well.
Yeah. I think
Calvin Kattar. I saw a little bit of his record, didn't really watch him, but kind of winning some, losing some against some decent guys. So, Aljamain Sterling, got my money on him. I think he gets it done with a submission. A submission. I think he finishes a fight or a knockout. Possibly.
I think it'll be early. It won't go the distance.
So the last fight of the prelims, we got Yuri Prochazka. Can you say that last name?
No.
Prochazka. There we go. I said it. Prochazka. Against Aleksandar Rakic, which I think it's Rakic. Because he's Siberian. Gosh, Daisy. So, Yuri coming off a loss against Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this one?
I mean, I think Yuri gets back to his true form in this fight. Because before the Pereira fight, I thought Yuri, before he got hurt, was the most dominant fighter in the UFC.
That's the only reason why I picked Alex on that fight, because he was coming off that injury, a shoulder injury as well. And I was like, there's just...
It's going to be hard to come back from that.
Alex Pereira literally got knocked the fuck out by Izzy, and then he fought Jan Blachowicz and did really well, and then fucking became champion.
Yeah.
So, he became champion against Yuri, my bad.
Yeah.
So I just, that's why I had to pick Alex. But Yuri's, in that fight, he still did really good against Alex, and I think, again... he's going to run through this guy, Aleksandar.
Yeah.
Aleksandar, I believe he's coming off an injury, bro. Hasn't fought in 2 years. So 2-year layoff. You're fighting a guy who was former champion and just fought for the title. I think that's just a hard fight. Fight.
I think Yuri, he wins this fight easily, and I think he gets the title in the next year. Because he, in my opinion, before he got hurt, he was the most dominant. I've never seen anybody like him.
If he wins this fight, do you think he should get a title shot or no?
I don't think so. Not yet. I think he needs to. Well, it depends on what happens in the title fight.
Because I see.
It depends on what happens in the title fight.
For me, I'm a fan of Yuri. I think not a fan, but I want him to do well because he's young and he's shown that he's a beast.
And he's a beast. Yeah.
I don't want him to rush into another title shot.
No,
like,
I
want him to win this one. by dominant fashion, whether it's knockout or decision. But I also want him to go do it again against another guy, just where he can be like, okay, I got 2 wins now, because I think he only had 1 fight or 2 fights, and then it was the Glover fight for the title.
He's very
like it was just right off
early,
the rip for him. So I want him just to get comfy in there. But yeah, Yuri should win. I think it's gonna be one-sided. I think he knocks out this guy Alexander.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about the early prelims and the prelims itself. I think a lot of them are very one-sided.
One-sided, yeah.
Yeah, but that's just me.
Probably like the next one you're about to mention, maybe. I don't know.
That one's gonna be one-sided too. Bo Nickal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bo Nickal
Have you
versus.
looked at the odds?
Yeah, it's for their. Negative.
Negative 3,000.
Well, right now it says 2,100,
Oh,
but
okay.
still,
It's getting a little bit better, I guess.
Bo Nickal versus Cody Brundage.
Yep.
We all kind of know they're trying to groom Bo Nickal.
But he is
cold.
He is that guy.
The last guy he fought him on like a 10 days notice, bro.
Yeah.
But he did good. I think everyone knows Bo as a wrestler, and he actually got the TKO.
Yeah.
So that was impressive. But Bo Nickal is supposed to go in there and just start the show.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be a close fight. I don't think Bo Nickal, if I'm correct, has ever been out of the first round.
Yeah, I think
everybody
you're right.
he's beat has been in the first round.
I think you're right.
So I think he's just too dominant. I'm surprised he hasn't made it to the main card yet, which for this card, I understand why. But his next fight will be on the main card for sure.
Well, this is the main card. He's the first fight on the main card.
Oh, I thought he was prelims.
No. People were very upset that he's on the main card, actually.
Really?
Yeah. They were like, how is Bo Nickal on the main and like Yuri's not?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand that.
Or like someone like Aljamain as well.
I think Bo Nickal, I don't know. I like him on the main card.
Yeah, people were really upset. But in my head, I'm like, look, like Bo Nickal is an upcoming guy. Aljamain Sterling, been there, done that. Same thing with Yuri.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not fighting for titles. So to me, it's like, bro, put the hot guy in, like not the hot guy in, but the guy who's popular, who's popping, and who's getting that attention. And
he's like a Paddy Pimblett,
and they're grooming him. Like he's not jumping into fucking killer fights, which he shouldn't do that because he does have a lot of potential, bro. Bo Nickal gets it done. I think like that. So
in the first round,
and probably.
Per usual, yeah.
So, All right, so now we got Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan. I want to know your first thoughts and feelings about that.
I love the fight, and it breaks my heart that Oliveira's going to lose.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It breaks my heart.
Whoa. You need to lose.
Yeah, and I don't even know the other guy too well. I kind of did a little research on him.
He's crazy.
He just seems like a dog.
They're
both very similar fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them don't know if the other one's going to wrestle, if they're going to fight up top, what's going to happen. I think the main deciding factor in this fight is going to be youth.
Really?
I think, what's his name? Arman. His youth is going to win. They both beat Dariush easily. First round for both of them finishes. I just think Oliveira. I think he's past his prime. He's on kind of he's on a downhill spiral. I think it's his time to. And I love Oliveira. I love Oliveira. But I'm also trying to be realistic. I'm not trying to pick favorites based off of my own feelings. I think Oliveira. There's no way he can win this fight. I just don't think he can win this fight. I think he loses by decision or knockout. Or submission. Really, anyway. He just loses anyway.
When he fought Beneil Dariush, I was like, this is the fight where either he's going to continue to have a title reign or not.
Yeah, because I thought Dariush was the next guy up.
Yeah, because he's like, everyone wanted Dariush to win and fight Islam, right? And Charles fucked Islam's literally title reign all up.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's been having to fight Volkanovski twice. So going into that fight, I was like, I was more scared of that fight than this fight. And I'll get to that. I'll explain why. But he goes into that fight and does that, and he does it with swagger, bro. Like, he goes in there, he wins, and the way he celebrates and the way that people cheer for him, I'm like, bro, Charles is fucking back. He's getting his title no matter what. And that's how I feel. So going into this fight, Charles Oliveira against Arman Tsarukyan. Arman Tsarukyan goes in there and fucking destroys Benny, bro. But I didn't like how he did it. I know it was sexy and it was clean, bro, but I thought it was a little lucky.
Yeah, well, luck plays into every knockout.
Yeah,
kinda.
So
Usually.
I was just like, we didn't get to see how technical Tsarukyan was at all. You know, the thing that worries me, like you said, is his youth, and he is gonna be like pressuring balls to the wall, bro. Like he is gonna be on Charles's ass.
Yeah,
and that's the only thing that scares me. Like, you know, when Dustin Poirier was pushing up on him, if anyone, I mean, if we remember that first round, bro, Dustin almost put out Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje put the pace on him as well. Michael Chandler did the same thing.
Charles, they all knocked him down.
Yeah.
Damn near knocked him out.
And they all put the pressure on him. So we all know, like, that's kind of his kryptonite. Yeah, right? You pressure him. But if you don't get to fucking, like, take advantage like Islam did, then I think for she like burps. For Arman, if he doesn't get to put Charles out, like, in the first round, like, just in the first, bro, he's not winning that fight.
Yeah.
Because I think Charles, like, I think every fight, bro, he loses that first round.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know, because he's getting gassed. I mean, not gassed. He's getting pressured. And the way he defends is funny, but I think he's just making reads. Every time he comes out that second round, bro, it's Charles Oliveira, bro.
Yeah.
And
but he's never getting younger.
No. And he's never been knocked out, though. He's fought Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, and Dustin Poirier, who gave him Dustin Poirier pieced him up, bro.
Yeah.
And he didn't go down. And Justin Gaethje.
He did go down, but he didn't
yeah. Justin Gaethje as well put him out, and he just fucking fell. Like, that shit was wild.
No, he's got a nice chin.
So he has a chin on him. But, yeah, I think, you know, I don't think Charles cares to be a champion anymore. I will say that.
No, I think, I don't think so either.
I think he wants to be Arman because he believes that he is him. Like, he's like, I'm that guy. I'm gonna beat his ass. And I think he's gonna call out Conor McGregor, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, because his trainer said something last week or the week before how I don't know what fight it was that they were trying to make, and they said, well, I think the fight with Islam or something, like if they wanted the rematch with Islam or they wanted the Conor fight, and they said something along the lines like, well, we already became champions. You know, we know we were champions.
Yeah, we don't need that.
So, you know, a fight with Conor would just be iconic. Like, it would be crazy. And I mean, that is kind of a thing to think about. It's like, you already been champion. Do you want the chance, the payday of a lifetime, and the fact that you had a fight with Conor McGregor, or do you want to fight Islam Makhachev?
Still a good payday, but
yeah. Do you want to fight Islam Makhachev?
But I kind of am the opposite of that. I think the reason, because both of these guys have lost to Islam.
Yeah.
Of course, Arman was like
12,
like 5 years ago.
Yeah, he was a little.
Yeah, he was. But I think that Arman wants that rematch with Islam so bad.
I think he's gonna.
That's why it's gonna push him to.
I think
and he's never been champion.
Yeah, I think that's a big
and
factor
that pushes people.
It's a different type of energy. I think a different ambition.
Yeah,
but I think Charles wants to win for selfish reasons, like obviously, but I don't think the title shot is the priority why he wants to win. I think he wants to win as much as Arman, but Arman wants to be champion, and I think Charles is just chasing. You could say like greatness, chasing legacy.
But he's already cemented.
Yeah, but I think he wants to basically that. I think that's his objective. I could be wrong. That's just how I see it as a huge Charles fan. But
yeah, I love Charles, and I will still be going for Charles.
So
I just don't think he's gonna win.
I think this is how he wins the fight. Goes in there, gets fucked up in the first, gets pressured, everything. He comes into the second one, bro. Second round coming in. I think Arman tries to do the same thing, bull rush, makes a mistake, bro. Whether he trips on himself, over commits, and then Charles just punishes him and submits him. I think that's how he wins the fight. Whether he does it in the second or third round, but I think that's how it happens, bro. I think he'll submit Arman.
I hope you're right, but I just don't think you're right.
But you're right.
I hope you're right.
You're right about how this fight, it could end anyway. Submission, knockout, decision. Like it could be a mix of everything.
Yeah, because they're both good everywhere.
Yeah, they're both really good. So, but I'm rooting for both guys. I don't like Tsarukyan because of some dumb shit he has said. I forgot what he said, but like I'm like, fuck Tsarukyan. But he looks like a cool, fun guy, and he's a fucking animal in the octagon. So I'm expected a good fight. my anxiety's gonna be out the roof for this one.
Yeah, I want Charles to win so bad. I just don't think he will. But I hope he does.
But I mean, if he does, bro, he has to fight for the title next.
Islam,
like, there's no doubt.
After Dustin.
Yeah.
Of course, but.
So, Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. How do you feel about BMF title on the line? How do you feel about this?
This is one of the ones I am emotionally invested in. The Oliveira fight, I'm emotionally invested in, but I'm not going to be as emotional about it because I don't expect Oliveira to win. I just want him to win.
Mm-hmm.
The Gaethje Holloway fight, I love Justin Gaethje. Like, fucking love Justin Gaethje.
I love them both, bro.
And I love Holloway, but I think this is the first time Holloway ever gets knocked down.
You think so?
I think Gaethje knocks him down. Doesn't knock him out.
Knocks him
I
down.
think Gaethje wins by decision in a large margin because Holloway's going up a weight class.
Yeah. Have you seen him, though? He's fucking big.
No, he's big,
Yeah.
but I just think Gaethje is bigger, stronger, more vicious. I think he breaks Holloway's streak of never been knocked down.
Damn.
He has the record in the UFC for never been knocked down, and he has 30 fights in the UFC.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. It's like 30 fights. But,
yeah.
Gaethje knocks him down, doesn't knock him out, and he beats him by decision by a large margin. Yeah.
So, I don't know, bro. When I first heard about this, I was like, no fucking way. Justin Gaethje destroys this guy. Like, he destroys Holloway. But then I start seeing Holloway kind of chirping. I see Holloway getting big. Yeah. And I'm like, low-key, like, excuse me, guys. I'm like low-key getting scared. I'm like, bro, Holloway looks like he's on a fucking mission. And Justin Gaethje looks like he's confident too, coming off that knockout win. But I'm like, I don't know, bro. There's something different that feels about Max Holloway right now. Like, it's not the Max Holloway that we're used to. Like, this seems like a Max Holloway who's gotten slightly, like, darker. I feel like he looks mean, bro. Like, when he talks in his interviews right now, he just looks like he's like, I'm going to kill Gaethje, bro. Like, that's the vibes I'm getting. I do expect Gaethje to go in there and beat him and possibly knock him out, bro. Like, I just see Gaethje. I
would love it if he knocked him out. But I don't see that happening because of Holloway's track record. But
yeah. Now, Holloway, I believe this is a 5-round fight. I can see Holloway possibly putting out Gaethje in the 4th and the 5th. And that's the only way Holloway wins,
You think
bro.
so?
That's the only way he wins.
I just can't see Holloway knocking out Gaethje.
But Gaethje's going to get gassed out too, bro. If you think about it, he's a guy who commits and he pressures like the whole fight. Yeah. The end of the fight against Fiziev, the 3rd round, I don't know if you remember, but that dude was whiffing, bro. He was tired, which, understandable.
But he usually does gas himself out every time, but he still always finds
but that's
that second, third fucking
and Holloway has that crazy cardio. So that's where I get a little nervous for Gaethje. I was like, if this goes to decision, bro, Holloway has a really good chance. And I mean, bro, if he wins, like what do you do with Holloway? Like what do you do if he wins? Because Gaethje is supposedly
Jorge Masvidal.
Jorge doesn't even fight no more, bro.
He would.
But I don't want to see that.
But Jorge's been chirping.
Fuck Jorge, bro.
But Nate Diaz.
Kobe Covington scored Jorge, bro, and then he went out and pulled up on him, which is
But I do like Max Holloway.
Yeah.
I just love Gaethje. I don't think nobody is beating
But
Gaethje.
what I'm saying is, what if he wins? Like, do you give him a title shot against Islam, or do you give him a Charles Oliveira, like, or Arman? Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do with Max?
You got to give him,
like, or does he
he's
go
also
back,
at the end of his prime.
Does he go back with the Volkanovski drama and the Ilia Topuria? Like, what do you do with the?
Because what's Max Holloway? He's like 32 now.
I don't know. No, I think he's slightly older. We can find out.
I think Gaethje's like 34. Holloway's like 32. So he's still young-ish.
He is young.
He's getting out of his prime.
He's 32. Nah,
32.
Bro, he's nowhere near the end of his prime.
I think he's nearing the end of his prime because he might only be 32.
I see what you're saying.
But he's also got so many fights in his years. Like,
Yeah,
I think he's nearing the end of his prime. And a win over Gaethje, I think, would put him up against, because I don't think Poirier beats Islam. I hope.
Yeah.
But I think Holloway, if he wins that fight, would take the loser of that fight, Islam Poirier.
They can run it back. They fought before.
And then the winner of that fight gets the title shot with Islam. Because Islam, I don't see him losing anytime soon. Hopefully he does. I don't like the motherfucker. But
I fucking can't stand that.
I want Poirier to be champion.
That'd be crazy if he became champ, bro.
I would love it. I want Poirier, even though I'm a Conor McGregor fan and I know they're arch enemies.
Yeah.
Poirier is like my second favorite fighter in that division.
So you take Gaethje by what, knockout?
No, I'd take
Decision?
Gaethje by decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I take Gaethje by knockout, and Holloway, the only way he wins is by knocking him out in the 4th or 5th. Yeah. Okay, so then we have Zhang Weili versus Jan. So Yana. No offense, not interested in this fight.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I mean, I took some notes on it. I just put, I think Zhang takes this one.
I forgot
very easily.
I forgot who she beat. I think she fought what's her name?
Well, she's had.
Oh, she fought Lemos.
Yeah, right, Zhang has had 7 of her last 8 fights have been title fights. Mm-hmm. She lost to Rose Namajunas or whatever, and then beat her. But I don't think this Jan lady or whatever. I just don't think it's gonna be close at all. And I'm not gonna be interested to watch this fight, honestly.
Yeah,
but
same.
I think Zhang beats her up.
I hope it just ends quick. To be honest with you, that's it. No offense to these ladies. Go do your thing.
We love you, but
I don't want this shit to go 5 rounds.
No, if it goes 5 rounds, I'm.
Because by that time, bro, it's gonna be like midnight. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because they're the co-main, right?
Yeah, co-main. UFC 200, the main event was Amanda Nunes against. I don't know if it was. I forgot who it was, but it was Amanda Nunes. So, I'm gonna find out right now.
Was it Ronda Rousey?
I think so, but I don't think so because that's when she became double champ. Let me see. It was Miesha Tate and Amanda Nunes. So that was the main fight. That was the final fight of 200.
I mean, Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, but
she's good enough to make.
Just for people can see, like, this card is crazy compared to 200.
Yeah.
But anyways, we have our main event: Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill. Like we mentioned, this fight is awesome, but I think this should have been
UFC 300 material.
Yeah,
material, but not main event.
Yeah, there's only I think a few fights that could be the main event. Yeah. Alex Pereira and Izzy, I think, could have pulled it off. Much better than this Chandler. One. Yeah, but like we mentioned earlier, but
Islam.
God. Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill. First thoughts and feelings, obviously, like, I don't know if your first thoughts and feelings is like could have been the better. I don't know.
No, that's my. Well, we were at your house when they announced it, and even Dana White, we were talking about it. He was like,
I didn't believe it.
He didn't even seem that excited about it.
Yeah,
because I think he had so many other things that he wanted, and then he was like, "Well,
this is what we got."
This person saying no, this person saying no, this person saying no. They're not ready, blah blah blah. So this is what we got. Yeah. I think he was disappointed. I was disappointed, but now that it's almost here, I'm kind of excited about it.
Yeah,
I mean,
same thing. We were all together here watching, and I didn't fucking believe it, and I was really upset. I was like, "Fuck, I want to see this fight, but not like this.
Not in the main event.
Yeah, not like
of
this.
UFC 300.
So, yeah, that's really how I feel. But Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill, I think a lot of people are. I hate how a lot of people are dismissing Jamal Hill. I get it. The dude is kind of annoying, and his social media the last year has been I don't want to use the word corny, but just annoying for the haters. And I don't know if that's what he's trying to do, but people gotta look at the fight with Glover, bro. The way he did Glover, because Glover and Jiri went to war, bro. Like when that fight happened, it was
and Yuri's a dog,
and it was like to me one of the best fights I've seen, and it's still one of the best fights. Like I could probably put that fight on today and just enjoy it as much as I did the first time. And then Jamal Hill fights Glover. Wait, hold on. Am I mixing this up? Jiri became champion, right?
Got hurt.
So how did Glover become champ? Who the fuck he beat?
Glover didn't become champ.
Oh, it was they were fighting for the title.
It was
vacant. Right. That's why Glover was in the situation. Yeah, because he was going to run it back with Jiri, and Jiri got hurt, and then Jamal Hill took over. Okay. Yeah. So basically, it's same thing. Jamal Hill takes over of Jiri's spot, and then does that to Glover. Yeah. And when he did that, I was like, "Who the fuck is Jamal Hill?" Like I knew Jamal Hill, but I didn't know he was like that good. So when that fight happened, and he literally pieced up Glover Teixeira in Brazil, bro. In Brazil. And nobody said anything, bro, because he won. Fair no question.
Yeah. Easy.
And I get it. Alex Pereira was a beast, but Jamal Hill is different, bro, too. Like I said, I find it very hard for Jamal Hill to lose. I've seen Alex Pereira lose. I've seen him been a little sloppy. I've seen him get tired. And I just can't see Jamal Hill losing this fight. I just can't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know.
I literally basically put the same thing I said. Jamal Hill won at UFC 283, light heavyweight champion against Glover. It was, in my opinion, not close
at all.
Whooped his ass. And Glover's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Jamal Hill pieced him up.
And a lot of people are going to say, oh, he was old and this and that. And I don't like that excuse because these guys are what? Light heavyweights or heavyweights?
Light heavyweights.
So they're light heavyweights. So the light heavyweights a little bit different, bro. It's just different, right? Guys can be older. Guys can be...
Yeah, it's like Daniel Cormier. He was still a dog.
Guys can be fucking overweight and still be really fucking good. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the heavyweight and light heavyweight division. So I hate the age excuse thing. Because nobody was saying that when Glover and Yuri went at it, bro. Yeah. Because that's a huge age gap right there.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you know, people got to give Jamal his credit. I saw a video the other day of when he was fighting Glover. They zoomed into, like, his feet, and he was, like, very flat-footed and moving flat-footed. But I didn't understand the hate. I was like, bro, I understand that maybe he was moving like a flat-footed boxer, but that shit worked.
Yeah, he's still still a dog. Like,
but people think that Alex Pereira is going to come in there and just beat up his calves. I don't know why people think that. I understand the Alex Pereira calf kicks are dangerous. They're crazy dangerous, bro. And people,
he's huge,
they can't figure it out yet. So only way I see Alex winning first 2 rounds by knockout.
By knockout, yeah.
That's it. He only has 2 rounds, bro. Because once we get to deep waters, I think it's Jamal Hill all day. Only thing that I'm worried about for Jamal Hill is how healthy he is from this injury, bro. He pulled his Achilles or tore his Achilles.
Yeah, that was like 2 years ago, right?
A year or something ago.
I think because that's why he had to vacate the title.
Yeah,
that's how Pereira got it.
No, not even a year ago, bro. It's been like 6 to 8 months since the injury happened. Since his last fight, probably like a year, but since the injury, it's been like 6 to 8 months.
Yeah,
but he's using I don't know if it's the same doctor or physical therapist for where he's going through. But whoever helped Aaron Rodgers is helping Jamal Hill. So, good. You know, we all know Aaron Rodgers was fucking throwing footballs, you know, weeks or months later, like fucking quick turnaround, bro. So we don't know. That's something that scares me is how healthy Jamal Hill is going to be. Because if he's healthy, I can see him being patient. Just don't let Alex get close to you and take it to the 3rd round and then do your fucking thing.
But I also heard he's training with Izzy.
Like, for real?
That's what I've heard. That's what I've seen and heard.
I haven't seen it. Maybe I'm tripping.
That Izzy was helping him train.
Oh, I did hear
Alex
that.
Pereira.
Actually, I heard that through Facebook, like Instagram stories, like some stuff. People,
but I believe it.
I can see that.
But and if that's the case, I really, and I think Alex Pereira is a freaking dog. He beat one of my favorite fighters in Izzy. Yeah. But I think.
What do you think
I don't think
takes?
Alex stands a chance in this fight.
What do you think it takes to beat someone like Alex Pereira?
Technicality.
Because
Izzy, you gotta think when Izzy beat him, he was just more technical. He waited for the right time,
and it was like a small window though.
You have to wait. Yeah,
because
you have to be a sniper.
If we remember how the first fight went and then how that fight was going to go,
same.
It was like Izzy's about to get knocked out.
Yeah, and the exact same way too. But Izzy saw that window and he fired a shot, and that was it. I think Alex is he's heavy-handed. I think he's dumb.
You think so?
I think he's smart, but I think he's a dumb fighter.
I think he's smart as fuck.
Well, I mean, I agree in some ways. I just think he's like when he starts unloading, he just gets like, oh, I'm about to knock you out.
That's
and
then
he leaves himself up.
I guess we feel the same way because how I feel about Alex, I was like, Alex Pereira, for 90% of the time, he's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
But then there's that 10%, and that window, it's wide open.
Because he just gets
like
loose.
It's wide open. Like you can walk in and do your thing. But bro, if you miss that window, you gotta suck it up for another few minutes till he opens up again. Because Izzy did it in the first fight, the end of the round. Remember, he wobbled Alex. Like those are the windows that I'm talking about. Because when you see Alex get pieced up or touched up, you know, against the Izzy fights and fights before that, they're like, how the fuck did you just get caught? You know, against the Izzy fight, that was a good ass fucking knockout. Not taking anything away from Izzy, but you know he's made mistakes, and I mean we've seen him on the ground as well. Like, what the fuck is Alex doing? Right?
I don't know if is Jamal Hill a wrestler?
Nah, these fights gonna be on the feet, bro.
Okay, because that's the way to beat Alex is wrestling him.
Yeah,
taking him down.
But yeah, I can see why you think Alex is dumb. Because there's some things where he looks like, what is Alex doing?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
But I like what he does with his hands. I hear his hands are huge, bro.
Oh, his whole body is massive.
I hear that when he go in like this, like it's hard. You know how he goes like this a lot?
Yeah.
You know, that it's hard to fucking hit him. And then they say that he grabs you and like squeezes your hands. He starts fucking with your hands. Like he's doing this, and then he grabs your hand and starts fucking with you.
Yeah.
So it like just like his whole hand is literally just covering your shit. So I hear that he does little things like that to fuck you up. And then obviously the whole calf kick, how nobody can figure it out. So that's why I hear about Alex, that he's very smart like that. Yeah. Like he has a lot of sneaky tricks, you could say. But yeah, I think Alex only has 2 rounds to do what he wants to do. And he only wins by knockout. He does. Yeah. I don't see him winning by decision. Jamal Hill, the only way I see him winning is 3rd, 4th, or 5th or decision. That's it.
And I like Alex Brea. I mean, I hate that he beat Izzy, but
I don't think this fight goes to decision though. I think someone's getting knocked.
I think Jamal Hill's gonna knock him out.
Think so?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Jamal Hill gets it done, knocks him out, but we'll see, man.
Alex Brea could
he lands one on you, bro.
Very easily knock him out. Yeah, like he's got them big, heavy ass.
Like how he did Yuri, bro. Yeah, that was crazy.
Clean your clock.
Yuri was beating Alex Pereira, bro, and then Alex Pereira did one thing good, and Alex Pereira, he doesn't fight clean. He's not the sharpest guy, and the way he's double champ now. The literally fastest anyone has ever done in the UFC.
Yeah, he's what got 3 fights in the UFC? 4?
No, I think he had like 5 or 6, bro. But
really?
Yeah, he has a few. Oh. Because he fought Xiaonan, and before that he had like 3 other fights too or 2. Oh. But still, it was fast though. He fought Sean Strickland, and they were not like, it was just like a fight on the main card, and then it was easy because obviously the past and the drama they have together. But yeah, that's UFC 300, bro. I'm excited. You know, we'll be watching it. And I mean, I'm excited as fuck, bro. It's gonna be crazy.
I can't wait.
I think a lot of stuff is gonna like map itself out for the rest of the year, for the rest of the divisions. Like if Arman wins, that's like a whole road for him. You know, Jamal Hill wins. We're entering in a different era for that division. Like, there's just a lot of things that I like that's going to happen after this card.
That could happen, yeah.
So I'm excited to hear about all that. Last thing I want to say is I think they're going to announce something with Conor. I think something.
You think so?
I
don't think so.
I think Conor's going to be involved a little bit here.
I think he's done.
I don't think so. He's going to be back this year, bro.
I hope he's not done.
Dana White posted some stuff. He posted some stuff literally this past week. Yeah. So I think he's going to be at 300, or they're going to announce his fight at 300. And if for some reason I don't think he'll be fighting at 300. Like, that's 1% that could happen. But
fighting at 300?
Yeah. I have that theory too. I feel like he could
He's like
fight.
A surprise call.
Yeah, I have a small feeling, but that's just me being super optimistic, stupidly.
Yeah. I don't think so, but that'd be
crazy, right?
Fucking dope. Yeah.
So, but I think it's just a fight announcement that's going to happen. And last thing I want to ask you, Drakus Duplessis versus Israel Adesanya is supposedly in the makings. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Do you think that's okay? That the fight's going to happen?
I hope it does, and I think Izzy,
because a lot of people
pieces
think
him up.
Izzy doesn't deserve the title shot.
That's not fair to say, because Izzy was a dominant, active,
and carried the division
champion. And I would understand if Izzy was like a champion that never really fought, but he fought. He was an active champion. He defended his title like more than he should have.
And he was doing it fast, not like fucking Islam.
Like 3 fights a year.
Yeah.
3 fights a year, defending his title.
Yep.
So. I think Izzy deserves a title fight before Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
And Sean Strickland, in my opinion, beat
Drakus.
Yeah. But I think Izzy should get what Izzy wants.
Yep.
Because
and I think he beats Drakus.
Easy.
Yep.
The way Sean did Drakus.
Yeah.
Sean should have won that fight.
No, I feel you.
Hands down.
Yep.
Izzy should have beat Sean. Izzy came into that fight way underestimating the guy. So, and Sean is a brawler.
And from my understanding, it looked like he was partying a lot. Yeah, drinking a lot, so that's how
he just didn't take that fight serious.
Yeah.
But Izzy definitely deserves another title shot if he wants it.
Yeah.
and he will run through the division all over again if he wants to.
So, like we talked about earlier, Dustin Poirier is on Makhachev. That fight's supposed to happen too.
Yeah.
You cool with that? A lot of people are kind of hitting on Dustin Poirier.
I think Dustin Poirier deserves it because he's been the most consistent fighter in that division.
Active too.
Active and consistent.
Yeah.
I think if he loses,
that's it.
That's it. No more title shots. But he definitely deserves title shot. Yeah. But
Same
after this, he should just stop.
I want him to fight Islam, one more shot at gold. And I hope he can win. I find it hard for him to do it though.
Yeah.
But
just the age difference and everything.
Yeah. But I mean, he had an impressive win against fucking Saint Denis, so that was crazy. I didn't expect that shit.
Yeah. Then that was
that was wild.
The one that was the same card as Volk, right?
No, that was 299 with Sean O'Malley.
Oh,
that was co-main.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't expect Poirier to win that fight, honestly.
So, guys, out of time. I'll see you guys next week. Zach might or may not be here, but he'll be here soon again. See you guys on the next one. Peace.